Guys, you know how I own the OG Noovo white back from 2021? Well, guess what? This is what I'm taking out this week. I get to drive the brand new Noovo Super High Roof Rear Lounge for the first time. It's the first time anybody's taken it out, and I get to be the first to experience it. Not only does this Super High Roof have 7-foot interior ceilings, but it has a huge rear lounge area. And so that's something that I really wanted to try out for filming to see how it works, because I do full-time van life, which means I want all the space that I can get. Something tells me I'm gonna want this van. Something tells me I'm gonna want this van. Hi, Apollo. What do you think about our new home, huh? Are you liking it? I think me and Apollo are already kind of in love. And if you know me, you know that I do everything off-road, off-grid, all free, wild camping. So sorry, Noovo, but we're gonna do a little bit of 4-wheel drive with this guy this week, and we're gonna take it out in the desert of Nevada and see what this van is capable of. I can't wait to share with you guys this week's adventure. Something that people have talked about, but it's really true when you do van life, especially full-time like I do, is I really enjoy being around people a lot. Actually, I would say I'm an introverted extrovert, which means when I'm around people, I'm having a great time, but then I need a few days to just kind of like recharge my social battery, which this does it for me, just being out here in nature. But it is hard when you've been around people, especially other van lifers who all have their own vans and do their own thing, and you guys have been caravanning together, and then all of a sudden they're gone. And today was hard to say goodbye to friends. So, I mean, I know we're gonna meet up again soon, but I'm gonna miss them. Those are just things that I don't want to take for granted. The people in your life, your friends, your family, that's your community. And it's important when you're on the road full time to build a community. It's important to have that. You need community. We weren't made to do life alone. Good morning. I slept so good last night. Isn't that so beautiful out there? Look at the colors this morning. But I wanted to show you real van life because I decided to open up my side windows so I could like enjoy the view as I'm having my coffee and stuff. This is what I saw. Oh, hello, little neighbor right beside me. I thought I heard somebody coughing in the night. And then I looked over here and I was all, you know what? Let's just van life is you just wake up and there's just, you know, cars right next to you. Well, how did I sleep in the Noovo Super High Roof Rear Lounge? Okay, last night was night number 2, and I'm always super honest in my videos. So I'll tell you, the first night I did not sleep well. The first night was pretty rough. I missed my memory foam mattress. Noovo has the best mattresses that they put in their vans, and even though I have the OG, the original, it still is the same ones that they put in their vans. I think mine's like a 10-inch one, honestly. Love that mattress so much. Like, I sleep so good on that. So I did want to use this for a few days and a few nights, only because I know when you change over to something new, it takes a little while to get used to it and to really get a feel. But here's what we're sleeping on. So these are your cushions. That's not 10 inches. I'm really bad at guesstimating, but this is no 10 inches. I would guess, okay, I do measurements, 2 inches, 4 inches. like 4 inches. We'll have to measure for real. You cannot trust me. Like, I am so bad on estimating like measurements, distances. All my friends that hike with me know if I say, oh, there's only one more hill or it's right around the corner, I'm always lying. But you know what? Last night I slept really good. So night number 2, I slept really great. But because I'm a full-time van lifer, making my bed every day is something I've never wanted to compromise on unless I just like love the layout. And I love this layout so much. But I could still get this layout with the drop-down queen bed. The only thing I'd be sacrificing is a little bit of headroom here, and there wouldn't be this openness on this wall. So far, my review is if you're gonna just do camping, if you're gonna be taking it out on weekends, if you're gonna be taking it out for a vacation and you're not living full time, this model's great. He got up at freaking 5 a.m. I wanted to just murder him. He was wanting food and started meowing around, and I'm like, dude, I forgot my tea kettle. So we're doing pour over, poor man style, which means I get to heat up water in a pot and then do that for my pour over. Water pump button is right here. And I get filtered water. They have a UV light filter built into their sink system, which is so nice. So you don't need an extra filtration system or like how I use the travel water Berkey. You just can do it all at one time. And then you just turn on your inverter up here. Click. There you go. And then I can turn on my stovetop to heat up my water. I'm always the cinematic shots for my coffee making, but this is real van life in testing a van is you don't get to have all of your normal stuff that you would. Are you guys cringing as much as I am right now doing this? But guys, the guy outside my front window where I'm making my coffee is kind of cute. He's my age, he's car camping in his Jeep, and he's kind of cute, just saying for the record. This is a nice table, fold down, and look, you've got all your outlets to plug in your laptop or charge your stuff. So nice, and I love that strap. So they just did a really great job on this. This whole indoor-outdoor living is for both of us, huh? I'm actually gonna put the awning out, I think, and try that out. I haven't used that yet. An awning is something I've really wanted on my van as well, especially with full time because I like to have the door open, closed, so he can kind of go in and out. But more than anything, it keeps the sun off your kitchen space, and just that reflection coming in really heats up your van quickly. And I've never ever put an awning out on a van or an RV before, so let's see if we can do this together. First, I think we have to do your inverter. I'm gonna turn that on. Okay, set. And then we'll hear it click on. Out. Yes, I hear it working. Okay, I'm gonna open up the door. Am I doing it? Did I do it? Oh my gosh, you guys, I did it. Okay, and these are the super nice awnings, guys. This brand, Girard, I hope I'm saying that right, but they are top of the line, extremely nice. They are wind sensor. I'm not even sure. I think they're rain sensor. Don't hold me to that. I will have to check on that. Noovo has been working with this company. They just always use the best companies that have the best quality products. That's something I really appreciate about them. I wanted my van to feel like a home indoors and outdoors. I wanted that whole indoor-outdoor lifestyle that I love so much. And just their quality of what they put inside their vans is what sold me. And so even though I'm kind of looking into upgrading into one of their newer models, I still am so happy with the OG. Like, it has nothing to do with the build. It has more to do with the vehicle itself. I'd like a newer vehicle. I also want to try out some of their new things because they're constantly updating things and making them better. Look at Apollo. He is so happy with all the windows here. And you know, the more I use this space, the more and more in my head I'm trying to rationalize making my bed every day because I just like how open all this is. I can't tell you how much it means to have these back windows to look out and still feel like I'm outside even if I'm having to be indoors working. So I really like that a lot. Like, that to me is a win as well. They did just a beautiful job with that. Everything is just so light and airy. It really fits my lifestyle of working full-time from here because you can put a laptop most anywhere on most any table, but actually being comfortable in the space that you're working in is important as well. What would you rate this rear lounge, Apollo? How do you rate this? Oh, he's settling in. I think he rates this area a 10 out of 10. We made it to Vanlife State Park in Nevada. Cannot wait to come see this park. I got to see it last summer for the first time, and it is truly amazing. If you are in the Nevada area, you need to make sure to visit this place. There are mountain goats right there. Really feels like I'm at Cars in Disneyland, and doing that ride when you come through this park, it feels so much like that to me just because of all the colors of the rock. And I have my rear view camera so I can see who is behind me, so I know if I can go slow or need to speed up from filming and taking photos. So I just pulled over at the visitor center. I wanted to run in there, but I'm gonna make some lunch really quick because it's noon and I have an air conditioning in here. Guys, my other van, my AC, I have to be plugged in at all times. This is the Truma 110 volt. All I had to do was make sure my inverter was on, push the power on this remote control. 70 right now because why not? It's hot out. Do you like that? Do you like that there's air conditioning? So I think for lunch, I'm just gonna heat up leftover raviolis. Oh my goodness, I have to show you guys this fridge space. Here is my fridge. Not my fridge and freezer like my other one, but my actual fridge. So I have all my sparkling waters in there. I packed some vegetables and some chicken sausage and stuff for chicken salad and tacos while I'm on the road this week. And then up here, you guys, is my freezer. This is all separate space. Look how big this freezer is. Compared to my van, this is probably 3 or 4 times bigger. Like that's all before I could fit into my freezer. Those 4 items. I'm gonna heat up some water and just do a quick ravioli with some chicken sausage cut up in there. Have you guys tried these tomato and burrata ravioli? And then what I do is I just get this spicy jalapeno chicken sausage and I just chop one of those up in there and put in some marinara sauce. That's kind of a nice view for our lunch with the rocks back there. It is so hot, I'm not doing any hiking. It's 90 degrees today, so it's just too hot to hike. But I've been able to get some cool photos. The drive has been beautiful. And I love that I have AC in my van, so I don't have to worry about Apollo. Like I'm only leaving my van like 15, 20 minutes at a time, just to make sure everything's running correctly, which it has been. Okay, so I found a different spot for tonight. This first camping out in the Nevada desert, and literally are right outside Vanlife State Park. But sorry, Noovo, you did tell me to take it out, so I'm literally taking it out how I normally would, and that means 4-wheeling driving through the Nevada desert. I think I found it up here because sun is supposed to be setting up over in this direction, and there is a lookout with a fire ring right up there. I am really putting these off-road tires to use. I'm being careful, but I definitely am determined to get the spot I want here, which means, oh yeah, this is gonna look good. There's a cliff. Okay, hold on. We are on the edge of this beautiful cliff right here, guys, and this site is all free. I think Apollo approves. Do you like our little spot for tonight, bud? Okay, so we know we like the lounge for like chilling, eating, hanging out, working. How do we turn this into a bed? Well, it's pretty simple, so I'm gonna show you. Fold in the table like this so it can go down under the cushions, and there's a button here. You just have to make sure that your inverter is on, and then you're gonna push the down arrow, and this fancy little mechanism slowly lowers it. Slowly lowers it, and then you get it to the level that you want, which you're going to want it just like right about flush with the plywood there. And then you pretty much just use these to make a puzzle. Oh yeah, did I mention that there are 2 seatbelts on either side of these benches? I probably didn't mention that because I like solo travel. I don't really want people to know that 4 other people plus somebody in the front seat can travel with me. So anyways, you slide these over, you put these down just like this. Oh, slide it in, get it in good and tight. Oh, oh. And then here you go. You can now lounge. So anyways, that's how quickly you can make your bed. I have been storing my covers up in the cabinet up here. Let me show you. So you just, pop that out. These are heavy. Open. Then you've got a blanket here. You can put pillows on that side. I have my other pillows over here, and I put all my clothes on this side. Spreading out, making yourself a little bed. I'm 5'6", trying to like spread out so you can give an idea of how big this is. It works really well for me. I really love this, except for sleeping on at night, just because I would have to do it every single night. And living full-time is very different than traveling. Even traveling part-time, it's different than doing something every day of your life. As you guys know, in my OG model for Noovo that I chose, I did not choose the indoor shower / fixed toilet. I did a little cassette toilet that you empty by hand, and it like moves around wherever you want. I keep it down under my garage, and then I have my outdoor shower, which is really nice when you're on public land or BLM land and it's, summertime and it's warm. You can just shower outside. It's really nice. But in the winter, and being full-time now, I do things like community centers, gyms, friends' houses. So I was really curious to see what this was. So I actually took my very first indoor van shower. Like, I've never taken a shower in a van or an RV before. So felt that it was so wrong to be letting that much water out, first of all, and then secondly, to like have it inside the van, because you're always worried about water and leaks. Freshly showered, all clean. I feel so much better. I'm ready to start my day. 3 minutes, maybe, not even 5 minutes to like get hot enough to get in and shower. And it was actually hot water. Like, I had to turn it down. It does have a fixed toilet. It still is a cassette toilet, but it's bigger than what I have. And the way that this cassette toilet works, it has a flush button, which is really cool. And then the dump tank actually sits on the outside of the van. So there's an area where you can unlock it, pop it out, easily dump it. The layout on this is nice because even though you have the shower area right here, because of the length and the height and the openness of this van, it doesn't feel closed off. And that was the huge reason why I chose no indoor shower and fixed toilet before, because I didn't want everything to feel closed off and small. So I wanted to show you guys what the actual numbers have been. I have been in the Noovo van for 3 full nights and 4 full days. My battery is at 42% and my fresh water is at 42%. Well, I have been using the stove in the morning to boil my water for my coffee. I've been making my oatmeal on the stove, making my lunch on the stove and my dinner. I am running blow dryers. I have been doing my hot water. I even use my heater some at night when it got really cold in the morning. And during the day, I've been running my AC like crazy for this guy right here because it is hot out in Nevada. So with all that said and done, to have that much power in the morning time when the sun is just coming out, like it hasn't even recharged my panels for the day, I am really, really happy with the charge on these batteries, and I feel comfortable, like I could just not plug in ever. This has been amazing. I could live out here in the desert forever, and maybe I will. Do I want to return the van? Not so much. But there are so many plus factors to it that I liked it way more than I thought I would. I think if I could get this same van, but with the drop-down queen bed and a little bit more garage space by maybe like stacking some of the Rover Vans additions, those boxes that you can put on the back with a ladder, it would actually work for me. So I have a lot of thinking to do. I love Birdie, my OG van, but I'm strongly considering an upgrade. I am so glad that you guys decided to watch this video, to learn more about the Noovo van, see me and Apollo go through Valley Fire State Park. I just want to say a huge thank you to all of my Patreons and also all of my subscribers. You guys are what make me get to do this amazing adventure that I get to do every single week, so thank you so much. And until next Thursday, I'll see you then.